Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. And we are back here with Above and Beyond Healing's own Kellee Durrant. Excited to have you here because she's a spiritual guide. She's a medium. She's an empath, and she's just amazing. Welcome.
You always give me such a hearty welcome, Jill, and I always look forward to seeing you again.
Oh, thank you so much. All right. So, Kellee, Alexa, Durrant,
Yes.
We are here again talking. She's live from Canada. We're here in New York, and wherever you're listening, we are here to tap in, and she can help you in so many different ways because she could tap into those loved ones from beyond, those spirit guides around you, what's happening in your life, and guide you in different directions for your future. So always a pleasure to have her here today. And if you look her up on Facebook, it's Above and Beyond Healing, correct?
That's correct.
Perfect.
Now, there's a lot of different various mediums and psychics and empaths and whatnot. And a person has to be very much aware of who they are talking with. And one of the first things that an individual can do is say, is this for my greater and higher good? That's question number one. Question number two is, what percentage are they?
Mm-hmm.
And if you get a 99% or more, you're rocking.
Mm-hmm.
Because now you know that you're talking with the archangels.
Yeah.
And the thing about talking with guides, archangels, masters, they can never lie. Never. So by asking what percentage, that tells you whether they're here for your better or greater good or not.
Interesting.
So, and you've got a lovely, ascended master over your shoulder today.
Wow, an ascended master. That sounds fancy. Sounds high.
No, it's not fancy or anything. I'm just going to see, what is he here for? There's something happening in your life that you're unaware of, and he's here to help you through it or with it.
That I'm unaware of? Or did I just find out and I'm panicking over?
You're not panicking.
Okay.
Because you haven't found out yet.
Oh gosh. Wow. I thought it was bad enough. I had my tenant up and leaving in the middle of the night. So now I'm looking for a new tenant because mom pays the mortgage herself. So, okay. I thought maybe he was here to help. Okay.
Nope. But in respect to that, you're going to find another tenant really quick.
Good. All right.
So you won't have to worry too much about that.
Good.
But how do we know that we are speaking somebody? And here I just turned around and said, "Oh, you got a beautiful energy right there." And and I asked and checked, and here it was, an ascended master. How did I know? I questioned right away because I could see this energy. Some people can see it. Some people feel it. Some people just know it, or they taste it. And like I said, it all goes down to your clairs.
Mm-hmm.
And that is used all the time. And this week I had an interesting little thing happen. This actually happened only yesterday, but it goes to show how tuned in or not you are to what the universe is trying to tell you. And what had happened is that I had been thinking about maybe adopting a dog or fostering a dog. Because I got cats, as everybody has seen. So I have been looking at different pet sites and whatnot for a dog. And I had sworn that when I had my last dog, I would never have another dog because it hurt too much when it was time for him to cross over.
Mm-hmm.
When I walked out, I'm going, I got to go over to this rescue society. I don't know why, but I have to go. Because all I was going to do was just go to the drugstore, pick up what I needed, and come home.
Okay.
But I didn't. I went to this animal rescue society. And as soon as I walked around and got there, not even pulling into the parking lot, the energy that was being encompassing from where they were located to the road, a busy road, a main road, it was just almost claustrophobic. It was heavy. And I went in and it was just as heavy. And it was the rescue society. And all of these dogs, they're barking and whatnot. And all I could do was giggle to myself and say, yep, okay, universe, you just put me in a position and a place that needs help. You're not going to be adopting, you're going to be helping. And I was talking to the staff there, and it was funny because this one lady, she started to cry. And she goes, I don't believe it. And I says, you don't believe what? What's going on? What's happening? She says, I only asked yesterday that we needed help clearing the energy here. She says, and here you show up today. I cannot believe how quick it was answered or how.
Wow.
But this is being tuned in to what's going on, listening to your guides, listening to the angels or archangels or whatever, and following their direction. And for me to show up in a location that they had just asked for, it blew their minds because they were all talking about it the day before.
Wow. Coincidence or not?
Not. It was supposed to. So here I am right away when I walked in. I'm starting to tune in to what the dogs need. And there is a lot that they really need. And it's amazing how my training of being able to channel and listen to what they are saying and actually hear what is needed. But you're also visually seeing it because it's not just a mental communication or using your clairs. You're also channeling the animal themselves. And you can channel one animal at a time, or you can channel many of them and see what their history has been and what they are looking for or need now. And when I mention about animals, it's the same thing with people. Because when people are in that kind of an energy field, it starts affecting them personally. Because the dogs are putting off all that, or the animals, whatever it may be. It could be a humane society or whatever. But I'm using this one because it was more intense. And people pick up on that. They pick up on the animals' energies and their sadness and their behavior, the way that they react or act with people or not. And whether or not you are masked or unmasked, how your hand movements are. And if you really stop and look at the parallels here, animals and humans, we're very much the same. Body language, how's a dog going to react? How do we as a human being react with body language from somebody? So it's all in that whole aspect of what's really different between working with animals or working with humans. Humans just speak a little better.
Mm-hmm. True.
Animals don't lie, though. But it was just that whole being in tune with what the universe is telling you to do or where to go is where I was going with all of this. And how other individuals, if they are needing that training or wanting that kind of direction, I am here and more than willing to help and train so that you do tune in to your guides and how do you work with them. And as I've said before many a times, Jill, stop and be quiet for a minute and listen. Listen to what is being said. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of a bubble around you, and I want you to tell me what it feels like. And drop. Okay. What are you feeling? What are you hearing?
Nothing.
The noise, the noise gone?
Yeah, is that, I don't know that the bubble you chose or if I'm feeling it right, but I feel
You're correct.
okay.
What I did is I dropped a bubble of no sound, no voices, no nothing, just quiet.
Really? Like, so if I would have said, I hear lots of noises, you would have said, that's not my bubble. Wow.
I would have said, I think I missed the mark here on this one.
This girl's crazy. Wow. Okay, perfect. Yeah. Okay, that's what I felt. Soundproof, like in an igloo, globe, dome tent.
Yeah. So you could, now I've just removed it. Now the noise again comes in. And that is, a lot of it is your spirits and the energy around you. Isn't it amazing how that quiet can be so quiet? And yet, you know, there's all kinds of activity going on around you, but you don't hear it.
That's cool. Yeah.
And by dropping that bubble, it makes you able to concentrate and hear more clearly what it is. And you can say at that time to one of your guides, please step forward and please give me some guidance on my finances or my love life or what I'm doing today. Am I doing it today? Whatever the case may be. And that's what all you need to do is drop that bubble over you, that cone of silence, and it clears away all that energetic, spiritual noise. And you're just quiet. It is just so quiet. It's beautiful, actually, when you're in that bubble.
Yeah.
Because you're also feeling warm and comforted and not afraid. You feel secure.
Content. Yeah.
Content. Yes. So it's amazing. So these are just different things that you can learn as you go along when you learn how to be a medium or you learn to be one of your empath abilities. And as you continue to grow, so do all your abilities also grow, and how you can manage them and make changes if needed or not, how you can help improve your life or help to improve somebody else's life. Somebody is.
Wow, something's going on outside that.
Yeah, somebody wants.
Picking up on.
Yes, that one is juice. Short for orange juice.
Cute.
But it's all of this different stuff that goes on in an individual's life, being an empath. And you have to be able to protect yourself as you're doing it, because you don't want to be picking up other people's shit.
Crap. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You could say shit. Yes.
You just really don't want to pick that up.
Mm-hmm.
And by going into that animal rescue yesterday, I had to put a bubble around me just to create a cone of protection. So I was not picking up all of this energy, because I was feeling it from the street. And as you drive by, you could feel it, all this negative energy, the pain and the hurt and the desolation and all of that. When you're an empath, it is all amplified for the individual. And that is one of the ways you know that you are an empath. And another way you know is by going into a mall or a busy location, and it just feels very overwhelming for you. And you just can't hang around there. Or you have a fear of going out in public or into busy places. There's so many different levels that you can check if you are an empath. And those ones are the main ones, and where you actually feel the pain, you feel the sorrow. You may not be able to see the energy or anything, but you can feel, and it can be very, very terrifying. Well, there's definitely something going on out there. They're both there now.
Wow. Are they trying? Well, what do you feel and sense? Is there something outside they're trying to protect you from? Or
No, it's the smell of spring.
Wow.
That they are sensing, that newness, that age-old instinct of it's time to go find a mate.
Oh, that's right. I have cats. I should know better. Well, I have one just now, but still. Yes, it's mating season.
Yes, and that is what they're smelling, because I've got my window open. And so they're smelling all of those new smells and scents of awakening. And when you think about it, you can actually put that to your own life. I mean, time zones have changed again. Daylight saving times again.
Oh.
How has it affected you, and how have you adjusted to it? Do you need there is a thing called your circadian clock. Does it need to be realigned? Because with time zones and time changes, it can put your clock out.
Oh, gosh. Well, there's a whole thing happening in the United States. The Senate yesterday met about getting rid of daylight savings, changing it, keeping it. It's like, I think they should too, because the people with accidents, lack of work productivity, it changes people's minds, and they're noticing the more negative effects from it than the good.
Yes, that's right. And having a healer to go to help put that all back into perspective and back into alignment is very necessary, because we are all affected by the time change regardless of how it is.
Wow.
I know for myself, I went from an 8-hour to an 11-hour sleep. Wow. I had to sleep that long. Yeah. I could not believe it when I got up, and I was glad it was a Sunday, mind you. And I'm going, whoa. And first thing I did is I checked myself. Yep, everything's all in alignment. That's what I had to do. Now that was me. Now the next person may actually need an energetic healing to put it back into line. And it's amazing how much that really does affect an individual. So those people that are out there and you're kind of wondering why you're kind of feeling a little bit low and dragged out,
Okay.
I will send a little bit of healing and alignment for it.
Great.
The listeners, I want you to stop and pay attention to what is going on within yourself. There we go. Take a deep breath and exhale.
Okay.
Bill, you are going to feel it the most because we are in direct contact right now.
I'm so lucky. Thank you. Okay. Mm-hmm.
That you'll feel that little bit of a shift. This is what you're feeling. What else are you feeling, Jill?
Happy. I don't know if it's spring or what you just did, but yeah, like we had beautiful weather yesterday here in New York. Today is rainy, but then tomorrow's supposed to be beautiful. So a little taste of that sunshine just does a body and a mind good, I think.
Oh, yes,
It does.
it does. And this is where by looking after yourself first, loving yourself first goes a long way because that is all part and parcel of healing. And, we've all had some kind of trauma or upset in our lives, or, there's been the good and bad, the ugly. I mean, come on. We all live a life and there's always that. But it's how we deal with it, how we react with it or not, how we let it affect us or not. And it's just one of those deals that happen that you have to look at and take the time to heal yourself and to love who you are so that you can love what's going on around you, so that you can feel that energy around you and go hug a tree because it really is a beautiful type of energy. And that's best that I could say to describe how to go about healing yourself. So help to heal yourself, go hug a tree. It'll help to ground you and put your feet back on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
If you're feeling very lightheaded and you're off kind of in this no man's land up in space or something, think of a tree and the way the roots grow. And just feel yourself spreading out those roots. And if you want, go and smell a flower or a plant or a potted plant. Have a living plant. They all have roots. They're all grounded. Just think of all of that. That's amazing.
I'm smelling like the nursery area of like outside Lowe's and Home Depot that have all the flowers and that's coming out soon. That smell of dirt and ground and earth. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. It just helps to heal you because now we've just come through a dark period, the winters. And now it's spring, it's rebirth. Mother Nature is coming awake again. Animals are starting to birth and calve and become mamas. But also at that same time, the hunters and the prey become more active. So you have to be aware of everything. There is so much. And you can encompass it all in one. You could just think about it and your mind can just about explode with all the different possibilities. As I was talking with an individual the other day. I said, we are all related. If you really stop and think, we are all related in some way, shape, or form. And she started laughing. She goes, how? I says, well, from the minute that we're born to the time that we die, we go back to dust or ashes or whatever.
Yeah.
As we plant our crops or our food in that over the years. And I said, now I'm eating part of you.
Yeah.
You don't even realize it. And she started laughing. But she had to stop and say, yeah, you are right. We are. But that's just kind of like, you think about it and you're going, wow. It can blow your mind in a way.
Yeah. Gotta ask. Oh, go ahead. Finish
it is such a complex question out there. It is. Because all it is just all we are is just a shell or just a body to house our soul in. And when we pass away due to illness or trauma or whatever, our soul goes back out into the universe to their home. And the cycle starts, and our body is put in the ground or cremated or however it is that the individual wishes it to be. And the cycle starts again, life. I think on that note, I'll end on that.
Perfect. Can I ask one quick question? St. Patty's Day is here, luck of the Irish. Do y'all celebrate St. Patrick's Day in Canada?
Yes. I got my green on.
Yay, good. I had it on this morning when I sent through school. Anything in relation to, St. Patrick's Day today, anything with luck, anything maybe there's some listeners listening today you want to put out there for St. Patty's Day?
Well, when you stop and think about what you want to put out there, make sure it is for your greater and higher good.
Perfect.
Not because you want it, but because you need it.
Need it. Yes, you taught me that last week.
Yes.
I need. Yep.
And green, it is a color of rebirth. Stop and think of it. Trees, when they break out in leaf, they're green. The leaves are predominant. You do have some yellow and some red ones, but predominantly green. And that gives you life because they exhale oxygen but use carbon dioxide. Yeah. So they provide life for you.
Perfect.
Nice way to end the talk.
Wishing you a happy, lucky day. Enjoy.
Yes, I always do.
Any corned beef and cabbage for you later, or are you not that Irish? I have a little Irish in me, but I'm not doing that. When my mom was alive, she would make that corned beef and cabbage, but I just
I love it.
What?
I love that. How about some good old Irish stew?
That's good. I was thinking green bagels, easier for me to go to the store and get the kids green bagels.
Well, fair enough.
Thank you. Above and Beyond Healing. Remind us how we can reach out to you specifically, please.
On my Facebook page at Above and Beyond Healing, through email at kdurrant@shaw.ca, or you can text me or phone at 403-561-6066.
Oh my
and
gosh.
I wish everybody a happy St. Patty's Day. And may the luck of the Irish be with you.
I love that you said that. Thank you so much. Have a great day, sweetheart. And looking forward to the next time we speak.
We will
See you
talk
later, Miss
next time.
Kellee. You got it, honey. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
My name is...
Are you looking for even more of the podcasts and hosts that you love? The Podcast Business News Network is proud to announce that you can now listen live on the MyTuner Radio and online Radio Box apps for iOS, Android, and the Amazon App Store. Or check us out online. Search for Business News Network on mytuner-radio.com or search Podcast Business News Network on onlineradiobox.com/US so you don't miss a minute of the action.
Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
For nearly 2,000 severely injured veterans, everyday life has become filled with barriers.
Day-to-day simple tasks can become pretty daunting.
I have to carry my chair up 2 flights of steps or have somebody do it for me.
What scares me the most is just the falling.
When I'm struggling with my house, I think, to have that one great barrier just knocked down, it's crucial.
Home for Our Troops is a wonderful nonprofit that builds a
Mortgage-free, fully adaptive, handicap-accessible house. And there's no catch.
It'll be our very first home that we've ever owned. This is a game changer.
This is where your life begins again.
We need you to join us in completing this important mission. Please visit hfotusa.org and help build homes and rebuild lives.
Because of you, everything's going to be okay.